things, but of course I don't. Not even my parents, even though at the time he seemed... It's the only time I've ever seen him act like remorse was a possibility for him. But I would have thought he'd feel bad about this. But Doloff was your friend, wasn't he? I asked, determined to give it one final shot. He pauses. Once, yes. He might have afforded that title, he says quietly, but he forfeited his status as my friend when he decided to go out against my wishes and risk polluting himself with the mudblood. I do not have any wish to mix with people whose morals are so lax. Normal people's morals would concern what's right and what's wrong, the difference between the good way and the selfish way. No, nothing like that for Lucius Malfoy. Who will be Doloff's replacement be? Who will Doloff's replacement be? That is what she said. Cannot speak today. I ask eventually, changing the subject. I think it will be Avery, he says matter-of-factly. He's an old friend of mine. You may find him less colorful character than Antoine was. Antonin, goddammit! Doloff! Than Doloff was, but he's fastidious about his job. Quiet, but diligent. I gulp. I feel cold. There's... Excuse me. What, Hermione? What did you just say? Oh my god, this next sentence is ridiculous. Oh my god, dude, what? Oh my god, sorry, gotta stop it. No, it's on the next recording. I wanted it to be the stopper. Darn! There's just too much space between us. She's like, I feel cold, there's just too much space between us. I'm sorry, like, that's ridiculous. I'm gonna read this whole thing again really seriously. I'm sorry for the ridiculousness. I gulp, I feel cold. There's just too much space between us, and he doesn't seem to want to come any closer. I feel exposed and alone. That is so her being like, I need you, like, sorry. And Draco? I ask. His eyebrows knot into a small frown. Draco will remain here for the foreseeable future. The ministry started to close in on the manor a few weeks ago, looking for him. It's not yet safe for him to return there. I feel numb as I ask the next question. And your wife? It's a struggle for me to say the word. His brow knots into a deeper frown. What about her? Will she end up staying here too? I ask coldly, as if it is no consequence to me. He looks at me for a long while, his eyes like chips of ice. No, I do not think so, he says eventually. Someone needs to remain at the manor to make sure that no light-fingered ministry officials take advantage of my absence. She is no Death Eater. They should leave her in peace. Isn't that a little optimistic? I ask. She's married to a Death Eater. The monster of a Death Eater in training. Why are you pushing her to come here? I don't know. Perhaps her presence will remind him that... Perhaps it'll help him keep his distance. What do you care if she's safe or not? He asks, his voice running through me like ice. You don't even know her. I stare at him. Surely any decent husband wouldn't want to know that his wife was safe. Look at I was just reading the next couple lines, and I was like, she wants that dick, but I said it like hell loud, and I have my door open. Oh my god. I'm like, oh, whoopsie. Okay. I stare at him. Surely any decent husband would want to know his wife is safe. Another burning hex rips across my face. He steps up to me slowly, holding his wand up my chest level. Don't push me, my blood. I'm in no mood for your jibes. I'll do what I like. I hiss, finally snapping. Do you think you can just come in here and call me mudblood and act all distant and cold when last night you... A huge invisible fist of iron smashes into my stomach. I double over, clinging at my ribs and pulling in my breath in huge gasps. He tangles his hand in my hair and pulls me back, slamming into the wall, and slammed into the wall. Fuck me! I'm like watching TV and doing this. It's like the hardest thing ever. He tangles his hand in my hair and I'm pulled. There we go. And I'm pulled back and slammed into the wall behind me. An electric bolts through my body and holds me firmly into the wall. His hand pressed onto my shoulder. Don't you ever speak to me like that again. Do you understand me? He mutters, his face contorted with harsh fury. I gulp and I nod. He stares down into my eyes, his lips curled up with rage and distaste before he turns on his heel, releasing me from the wall and striding from the room, slamming the door shut behind him. What do you reckon's happening to Dolohov? Dolohov. Ron's question freezes me for a second before I go back to the polishing silver candlestick I'm holding. It's a disruption from the autopilot that's keeping me going. I wake up, I do tasks, I eat, I wash, and I sleep. I wake up and do tasks, I eat, I wash, and I sleep. I have to keep my mind from what I did. Almost more than that, I have to keep myself from caring too much that Lucius is avoiding me. I don't know, I say, trying to keep my voice nonchalant. He's deserted, hasn't he? That's what, I heard Lucius and Bellatrix saying. Yeah, I heard that too. I'm just gonna, whatever. Ron's face contorted itself, curved itself into a small frown. But it seems odd, don't you think? I mean, how did he get across the river without a member of the Black family to help him? The boat will only come from them, won't it? The world crashes around me for a second. Why didn't we think of that? Stupid. I gulp, forcing myself to keep calm, to improvise hastily. Well, the creatures in the water only go for muggles and mudbloods, don't they? I realize I'm gabbling, gobbling, but I force myself to slow down. I suppose he could have swum across. Probably wouldn't have hurt him. He's a pureblood, I remember him saying. The whole world seemed to have frozen that long moments Ron takes to think about my answer. Eventually he finishes and shivers as he goes back to polishing his silver. I wouldn't fancy it, is all he says. I try to make a sigh of relief, as inaudible as possible. The long moment of silence passes. I polish the candlestick as hard as I can. I mustn't think about it. Hermione. Ron speaks a little hesitantly. Have you ever thought about... Today, I saw Malfoy reading the newspaper. And the date was on the front. It was October. I expel a rush of air. God, is all I say. We've been here for months, that means. Yeah, but, well, have you thought about... Ron takes a deep breath, he lets it out. He lets it out again. Well, it means that you've been 18 for a while. Your birthday was last month, wasn't it? I dropped my candlestick. That was awesome. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Sorry. Watching Vampire Diaries. Ah, okay. Oh shit, I don't know where I am. Excuse me. Sorry. I dropped the candlestick. Hermione. I burst into tears. Oh no, I'm sorry. He pulls me into a hug and I sob hard. I sob all the harder. I can't help it. I've turned 18 and I didn't even realize. My first birthday as a prisoner. My first birthday as an orphan. Probably my last birthday. Full stop. I'm sure I'm going to die before the next one. A slight creak. I drag my head up and look over Ron's shoulder to the source of it. Lucius stands in the doorway, watching the pair of us as I sob in Ron's arms. His cold, pale eyes stare down at us long and hard, looking into my own, before he turns and walks away without saying a word. Perhaps it's just easier not to speak at all, if I can help it. And there's no danger in accidentally saying something incriminating. So as long as I keep as quiet as I can, speaking only when necessary. And when I'm on my own, I try to stop the fierce whirling of my thoughts as I try to sleep every night. I desperately try to ignore the thoughts that fill my mind. Killer, murderer, evil, evil, evil. My guilt leaves me, and it lies there in my mind, festering, rotting. It's like a cancer. But thinking about what I've done is easier than allowing my thoughts to wander. If I let my thoughts wander, then they drag me down a path I can't follow. Because memories keep creeping into my mind. I remember Lucius's hands on my body, and I remember his lips on mine. I remember his lips on mine. Those thoughts are almost more dangerous and destructive than the thoughts of Doloff. Lucius' hands have tortured me half to death. They murdered my parents. And it's those hands I unwillingly remember the touch of as I fall asleep. Wake up! Wake up! Something sharp burns across my face, ripping me out of my sleep. Or I only just got to bed, didn't I? I can't have at least I can't have been asleep for more than 5 minutes. Blurred and indistinct shape stands before my eyes. I blink and blink, and they clear and sharpen. Another whip across my face. I sit up in a hurry, my sleepiness making me sway slightly. An iron grip closes around my arm, and I'm wrenched out of my bed. I stumble to my feet and touch the ground, and I manage to keep my footing. The hand drops abruptly from my arm. I turn and look at him, even though I know who it is anyways. He looks strange, though. His face is hard. A frown curls his brow. I recognize the look. Fear. What's going on? I ask, my heart sinking like a stone. He doesn't answer my question. You need to get dressed. He hands me a bundle of dark blue cloth he's carrying. Put that on. I grip at the dress, clutching it to me in a nervous reflex. Please. I stop myself before I can lower myself to saying the words to him again. Can't I have a little privacy? No. He interrupts me, his face starting. Now hurry up. I don't think you quite understand the urgency of the situation. Hurry up, and I won't give you another reminder of just how affectionate the Curiatus curse can be when enforced obedience. The look on his face since chunks of ice